Welcome back to my channel, where today we're taking a look at Here Comes the Swarm, a RTS where the focus is on, surprise surprise, surviving the swarm. I've played a few rounds and occasionally survived, which seems about right for someone playing for the first time. There are elements of a few types of games here, most prominently RTS. The Swarm does even have base-like structures that you can, and probably should, go out on the map to kill, or clear them from.
Standing by.
There are also occasional waves of enemies that you have to fight off, similar to tower defense. Your core building can unleash a powerful shockwave that can eliminate all the enemies. You just have to survive until it can do that,
What do you need?
by building
It will be
defensive
done.
structures, recruiting units, and of course having an economy to support those things. Clearing nearby enemies is also useful to reveal more of the map, gather secrets, and well, just
As you
expand
command.
your footprint. So, how does it play? Well, it plays and feels very similar to many RTS games. You build and upgrade your base and your units, research upgrades, and explore the map. The main difference is that your enemy is a horde that starts with, essentially, the entire map under their control. So you have to work to clear areas just to claim more resources and space to build. Of course, the more area you have under your control, the more potential places you could be attacked. Plus, the swarm will occasionally send, well, a big swarm of creatures at your core, so you need to have units and defenses prepared for that. There are lots of different ways that you can go about this. My strategy of not building in any logical or thoughtful way is, of course, ridiculously bad. There are clearly ways to optimize your builds and make things far more efficient. That said, as well as doing the opposite of my building placement, it's also good to think about walls and choke points to funnel enemies, as well as having enough units for both rapid response, as well as to go out on the map and start taking down enemy structures. My final tip is probably to make sure you have enough houses or dwellings. They provide population and the main currency. It's almost always a good idea to build more if you can. So, what's looking good? Well, Here Comes the Swarm has a lot of potential that has been showcased well. There are already a variety of upgrades and abilities that are really impactful and make meaningful changes to the game. Getting just a couple of upgrades for your Arbalest ranged units makes them at least twice as effective. Or the lifesteal on kill for knights can let them cut through near endless hordes of weaker enemies.
The swarm is preparing an attack.
There is only a skirmish mode in the demo, but multiple game modes have been confirmed, and I can see how multiple game modes can really open up the experience. Having lots of time to build and expand with almost no pressure could be really interesting, verging into an almost relaxing setting where you can build up a perfectly defended settlement. The opposite, where you may have limited time and resources, but perhaps a really advantageous map with lots of defendable choke points you can keep retreating to, can provide an entirely different atmosphere. Various scenarios and a story-driven campaign can also give you different limitations and map styles to work with. One interesting feature is that there is a pause button, so if you really want to take the time to manage your settlement and optimize your attacks, you can do that. The demo does lack some things. Only 2 real combat units in the game doesn't give you many options to play with on offense. There are definitely more coming, but hopefully there will be a wide variety of approaches to take on offense and defense. So, you could play this if you're looking for an RTS game that focuses on survival and the horde mode. If you've played something like They Are Billions, or really enjoy any RTS game when the missions turn to survival or map clearing, this might be an endless amount of that. If those kind of missions feel a bit tedious to you, or you want to engage in more complex story or objectives, then I'm not sure that this game will support as much of that.
X marks the spot.
There's not long to wait, since the game comes out in just a few days, so if this looks like something you're interested in and can't wait, you can always try the demo now to get a feel of it, or wait those few days. Thanks for joining me as I take a look at this game, and I will see you later.